Good afternoon, Gabriela. How are you
Hello,
doing?
teacher. Good afternoon. I'm good. Before the class started, I wanted to talk with you
Yes.
about um the writing forum. The deadline was yesterday, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, the thing is, this week has been extremely busy for me. I have a lot of exams and tests, and I was wondering if I could send it to you right now, like in Gmail or something like that. Would you accept it?
Do you have the task now?
Yeah, I could send it right now. Like,
Okay, yes. You could send me the task, the activity, by internal mail. Okay?
okay, sure. I will send it.
Okay, yes. Doesn't matter. No,
Thank
no,
you.
no problem about that. Uh, that's that was your question, or do you have any
Yeah,
other question?
no, it was there.
Okay, okay, no problem. You can send me the task via internal mail. You can send me the PDF document. Um, I'm going to grade it to check it out and grade it soon. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay, Gabriela. Gabriela, okay, we're going to start now. Uh, Gabriela, what grade are you?
And great, teacher.
10th grade.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And in your high school, do you study English or do you study another language?
I study English, but before in ninth grade, we also had um, French class.
Okay, but now in 10th grade, you're studying only English, no more.
Yeah, it's only English.
Okay, okay. And do you need any level to graduate in high school?
Yeah, well, they say like B2, but I don't think they really teach us like in B2 level.
Have you presented any test?
And no, not really. No.
Okay, okay. It was good to take a test in order to know what level you are. Okay. Because I have heard you and your pronunciation is quite well. You have a wide range of vocabulary, but remember that when we present or when we take a test, uh, there are some things that we have to take into account. For example, in English test, grammar is too important, no? Grammar is too important. So maybe you can speak, you can have a good pronunciation, but I don't know exactly what level you have taken into account the grammar. So it will be good to take a test in order to know the level, in order to know, in order for you to realize how you are in English. Okay. Okay, Gabriela, we are going to do some exercises. I'm going to share with you some exercises today. This is our last session for today for this English course, C1. Remember that you are going to send me the task number 5, and you have to present the final exam, no? Or did you do it? Did you already do it?
No, not the final exam, no, like just the writing for.
Okay, so remember that you have until May the 6th to take the test, the final exam. Uh, Today is Wednesday, so next Tuesday is the deadline, no? The next Tuesday is deadline. So the activities, all the activities will be closed next Tuesday. So don't forget to take the test. The test is 125 points. The test has 15 questions and you have 60 minutes to do it. And you have only one attempt, no? Remember that when you took a task 1, 2, 4, you had 2 attempts, but for the final exam, you only have 1 attempt. So it's important to take your time to check out the topics and take this exam, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so I'm going to, okay, wait a minute that I'm not sharing with you my screenshot, my screen. This one. Okay, we are going to do some exercises related to pronunciation today. Today we are going to pay attention to focus on pronunciation. Okay, so we are going to start with a simple exercise. Apparently, it's a simple exercise, but we have to take we have to bear in mind. We have to be very careful because sometimes in English we find 2 words which are pronounced like the same one, okay? 2 words, and there is only one little difference between both of them, between 2 of them, okay? So now, as you can see, we have here the word it, the personal pronoun it, no? And we have here 2 words which are pronounced similar, okay?
Eat. It. Eat. It.
Do you realize something different between those 2 words? Between the pronunciation of
teacher.
those words? What is the difference?
The first one is more like
Eat.
and the second one is like eat. Like that.
It.
Okay, in this case, the difference between these 2 words is the sound I, no? The sound I. One is longer than the other, okay? One is longer than the other, no?
Eat. It.
One is short, it, and the other one is longer, eat, no? The sound I. Eat, 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 eat. Yes, do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, what do you think? What is the correct pronunciation for the personal pronoun it? Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Okay, you say
Eat.
number 1. We're going to check. That's not correct. And here we can see the 2 words which are similar, no? Bearing in mind their pronunciation, no? The verb eat and the personal pronoun it. Okay, the difference, as you can see here, is that the I sound is longer in the verb eat, 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 eat. Okay, but the difference is sometimes, and most of the times, we pronounce both words equal. Okay, most of the time we pronounce both equal, eat, eat. But if we want to study hard, if we want to have a real good, very good pronunciation, we have to differentiate both words. So eat, it, eat, it. Okay, let's see other couple of words. This one, here you can see the words, 2 words that you pronounce like the same, bean, bean, no? Bean, bean.
bin, bean,
And here is the same difference, no? A short I,
bin,
Bin.
bin,
and a long I, bean, no? Yes, bean,
bin,
bean.
bean,
The I is the difference, okay? So that's the difference. Okay, we are going to check another one. This one, we have here 2 words, the possessive and the contraction between the verb to be and the personal pronoun, no? The possessive, his. The contraction between the personal pronoun and the verb to be, his. Look at the difference. In this case, number 1 is a short I,
his,
and in number 2,
he's,
his. It's a long I. It's a long I. His, no? It's a long I.
his, he's,
Okay? So it's important to realize that there is a little difference between these 2 words. And in English, it happens too much. 2 words with similar pronunciation, but we have to try to identify the difference between those 2 words. It's a little, but there is a difference, okay? And we have to pay attention. We have to be very careful. So we have to listen to the pronunciation and be very careful to identify the difference, no? To identify the difference, okay? Here we have another example. There are 2 words. The verb sit, like sit down, this one,
sit,
sit. And a noun, sit, where you sit, okay?
seat,
Sit, where the I, the sound I is longer, no? This one,
seat,
sit. And this one,
sit,
short, sit, okay? When we speak, we pronounce both words like the same, no? Sit, sit. But there is a little difference, and when we are learning a language like English, we have to try to improve our listening to try to differentiate these kind of sounds. Okay. Now I'm going to share with you this page. If you wanna make some exercises, I'm going to share with you in the chat. Here you have, and you can find here the differences between words or sounds, no? Words or sounds. For example, if you can see in this one, you are going to differentiate the sounds and the sound sh, no? There are words, similar words, but in some words you pronounce s, and other words you pronounce sh, no? So, show. Here we have some examples, some exercises in order to differentiate the thank, the sound. This is a sound from the English language, no? Because in Spanish, we don't have that sound. We don't pronounce any word with that sound. That sound is thank, no? Thank. It's not an F, it's not a T, it's not a D, it's thank, thank. You have to pronounce that sound with your tongue, with your tongue touching your teeth, no? Thank. And the other one is thank. And there are too many exercises that we can do here in this page. And that's why I am sharing with you this page in order for you to practice. in order for you to practice this, because you can improve your listening, no? Listening is quite difficult to improve, but here, with this kind of exercises, you can improve, okay? And as I said, there are too many exercises, there are too many words which are very similar in their pronunciation, but we have to study and we have to start to differentiate those words, okay? For example, want and want, okay? Sometimes we pronounce the same, but it's not the same. It's not the same, okay? Then we are going to do an exercise here. As I told you previously, it's important to take an exam. No? Here, in this page, you can find some listenings from exams, from international exams. For example, this one, the TOEIC, the IELTS, the TOEFL, these are international exams. And these exams have some special features, special characteristics, and it's important to study about them before presenting an exam. But in this page, you can improve your listening. We are going to do an exercise with this one, with IELTS. And it's this. We are going to do this one. Okay. For example, you can find here, in this case, 73, too many, 73 listenings, but these are short, very short listenings. For example, this audio is only 5 seconds, no more. Only 5 seconds, no more. And what you have to do here, I'm going to share with you the link, because you are going to do some exercises by your own, and you're going to tell me the answers, okay? For example, you are going to listen to this audio.
For my project on invertebrates, I chose to study tardigrades. For my project on invertebrates, I chose to study tardigrades.
Okay, and here, you are going to find the audio, and you are going to find a hint or more hints. I don't know, maybe 1, 2, or 3 hints. No? You know what is a hint, Gabriela?
Yeah, like a clue.
It's a clue. Yes? Una pista, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mhm.
okay, yes. In Spanish, it's pista, no? Okay, so for example, in this short audio, you are going to find 2 hints, invertebrates and tardigrades, okay? So this audio, this 5-second audio, has these 2 words, but what you have to do is to listen to the audio and write exactly the words you listen to, okay? Sometimes when you listen to an audio, you have the opportunity to listen once, twice, 3 times, and you can understand the whole idea or a general idea about the audio. But in this exercise, you have to be accurate. You have to be precise. You have to listen to the audio and try to write all the words that you listen to, okay? So you are going to do, I have shared with you the link, and you are going to do by yourself. I'm going to give you some minutes. You are going to do maybe 3. The first.
These are There are well over 1,000 known species of these tiny animals. These are For my project on invertebrates, I chose to study tardigrades.
Each one is 5 seconds. Each one is 5 seconds. And you have to write here what you listen to. But you have to listen, you have to write the words perfectly, appropriately, okay? For example, in this one,
For my project on
the audio,
invertebrates, I chose to study tardigrades.
the audio start like this for my project, okay?
For my project on invertebrates, I chose to study tardigrades.
Okay, for my project, and you have to continue, okay? Did you understand, Gabriela?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, so you are going to do the first 3 sentences, okay? The first 3 audios. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes, I suppose, 2 minutes. And you are going to copy, or you're going to develop these 3 first exercises, okay? So I'm going to mute my microphone and I'm going to close my webcam, and I'm going to wait for your answers, okay? So let's do it. Okay, Gabriela, did you do it?
Yeah, teacher, I did it.
Yes?
Yeah, the first three ones.
Okay, tell me the number one.
Okay, so wait. The first one is for my project on invertebrates. I chose to study tardigrades.
Okay, good. Number two.
The two is these are microscopic, or to be more precise, near microscopic
Yes, number
animals.
three.
There are well over 1,000 known species of these tiny animals.
Okay, good. So, Gabriela, I'm going to share my screen now. And this page is quite well. It's very useful because, as I can say, you have to very precise, very accurate. You have to write all the words and write appropriately the words. No, appropriately the words. Then, what else you can do with this page? When you write the sentence, you are going to receive a translation, no? Here you can see the translation. And if you don't agree with that translation, you can suggest another translation, okay? What else? You can listen to each word of
4,
the sentence. You can listen to each word of the sentence, the pronunciation of each word. And not only the pronunciation, no, but with the pronunciation with the UK accent, the British accent, or the US, the American accent. So that's another tool that this website can give you, okay? So if you want to improve your listening, you can do exercises like this, no? You can do exercises like this. But remember that all the time, it's not the most suitable, the most appropriate to listen to all the words, to listen to everything. Sometimes you are going to listen to an audio, and you can get a general idea, and that's enough. No? That's it. Okay, now we are going to do another exercise, but this one is related to vocabulary. Okay, to vocabulary. Why? Because we never finish to learn words in a different language. Always we are learning all the time new words. Okay, and nowadays we listen to American and British English without any difference, no? Because we see or we watch movies, we watch series. Here we have some examples of difference between American and British English. Let's see if you know these words, Gabriela. For example, number one, a in British English is an apartment in American English. So in American English, we say apartment. In British English, what do we say? What word do we use?
Flat.
Flat. That's right. Okay. A biscuit is a word used in British English. But in American English, what word do we use?
A cookie.
A cookie. Yes, that's right. So a cookie and a biscuit is the same. But if you listen to an American song, they are going to say cookie. If you listen to a British song, they are going to say biscuit. Okay. Okay, number three, a frying pan is also called in American English. Frying pan. In British English.
Skillet.
Killed? Yes, that's good. That's a good one, Gabriela. That's a very difficult one. That's a very difficult one because many people think that, as you say here, Frank Pan, the most common answer is saucepan, no? Because the word, but not. Here is skilled. That's good. That's a good one. Number 4, people standing in a queue in British English are standing in American English. Okay? British English is a queue. In American English is what?
A line?
A line, yes. When you are going to buy something in the supermarket, you have to be in line, no? You have to be in line. Number 5, a shopping cart on wheels for use in the supermarket is usually called in British English. In American English, it's a shopping cart. In British English, what is that? What do you think, Gabriela? What is the synonym or the same word but in British English for shopping cart? In American English is a shopping cart, but in British English it's a bus, a tram, a trolley, or a wheelbarrow. Okay. Hey, Gabriela, you're having some technical issues today.
Hey teacher, I have like network problems, but
Okay, doesn't matter. Let's continue. We are going to continue with number 5. A shopping cart on wheels for use in the supermarket is usually called in British English. So what do you think? What is the correct one?
I think a trolley maybe.
A trolley. Yes, that's right. In English, in American English, we say shopping cart when we go to the supermarket and we are going to buy our food, our products, we use a shopping cart. In British English, we use a trolley. Okay. And number 6, a truck is usually called up in British English. In American English, we say truck, and that's very common. But in British English, we don't say truck. What do we say? What word do we use?
A tractor, maybe.
No, that's not a tractor. It's a lorry. In British English, lorry is the same as truck. Okay, a lorry is the same as truck. Number 7, a machine for carrying people up and down between floors in a building is a lift in British English, no? And in American usage, what is the word that we use?
Elevator.
Yes, that's right, an elevator. American English, we use an elevator to up and down, okay? But in British English, we use a lift, Number 8, a round trip ticket in American usage corresponds to a in British usage, no? When we say a round trip ticket means 2 tickets, no? The ticket to go there and the ticket to come back, no? That's in American English, a round trip ticket. But in British English, what is the word that we use for that?
A return ticket.
A return ticket, that's right. Good, very good, a return ticket. The opposite, or yeah, maybe the opposite or is a one-way ticket, no? It's only 1 ticket, but here it's 2 tickets, no? Number 9, petrol, the word petrol is used in British English, but in American English, what do we use? Gasoline, kerosene, oil, or petroleum?
Oil.
Yes, that's right, oil. We use oil. And the last one, I don't know if you know about this game. So did you know that droughts and are British and American names of the same game? This is a game. And for British people, they play droughts. And for American people, they play, I don't know, backgammon, checkers, noughts and crosses, or tic-tac-toe. You know what game is that?
No.
The game is the game we where we use the chess table, but it's not chess. In Spanish, is something like damas. Have you heard that game in Spanish?
Yeah, but I haven't
Damas.
played.
We use the chess table, okay, the chess table, but with different pins, no, with different pins, okay. And in British, they say droughts. In American, you know what is the name for that game?
I don't know, maybe checkers?
Yes, that's right. That's the correct one. So we have to study vocabulary, and we have to continue to keep on studying vocabulary to widen our vocabulary. When we are learning a language, maybe every day we are learning new words, and it's important to keep on learning new words, because we never finish studying a language. For example, I am 49 years old, and sometimes I read a book in Spanish. And I find words that I don't know. I find words that I don't know in Spanish. And I have been reading, I have been studying, I have been speaking in Spanish for 49 years old, okay? So imagine what happens with a language, with a second language like English, okay? And now we are going to do another one, another exercise, but this is related to preposition. And this is a key, a very key, or a very important topic in English, the prepositions. How to use prepositions appropriately. It's very, very difficult, and we have to study too much about this topic. The correct use of some prepositions in English, okay? Hello, Gabriel again. Hi, Gabriela. Gabriela, can you hear me?
Hey teacher, as you can see, I have like very bad internet.
Okay, don't worry about that. Let's continue. Okay, we are going to do some exercises related to the use of preposition. This is a very key, a very important topic in English, the correct use of prepositions. And we have to study too much about that, okay? So we are going to do these 10 exercises, and that's the last one exercise we are going to do today. Number one, he usually goes to work by car, in car, on car, or with car. What do you think?
I think maybe it could be by car.
By car, okay, that's the correct one. When we use the prepositions in English, we don't have to think about the use of preposition in Spanish because it's completely different, no? It's completely different, so we don't have to think about what preposition we use in Spanish. No, no, we have to think in English. And in English, there are some rules in order to use the prepositions. For example, when you are going to say how you get or how you travel, you use the preposition by car, by bus, by train, by plane. Okay, that's a rule. So you always have to use the preposition by when you are talking about how you get or how you travel. Okay, that's why in this one, he usually goes to work by car. That's the correct one. Number two, the pharmacy is straight over there. Do you see it? And we have 4 options, 4 prepositions: about, across, around, or outside.
Across the street.
What?
Across the
Repeat.
street.
Okay, in this time, we use across the street. Across is like in front of, no? Across in this time means in front of, no? When the pharmacy is in front of the street, in front of, okay? When you have to cross the street in order to get to the pharmacy, okay? In this case, it's across, okay? Number 3, this bank works 5 on Fridays.
Could you read it again, teacher, please?
Sorry, could you what?
Like, read it again because I can see like.
Okay, wait a minute. Can you see my screen? Can you look at my screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so number 3, this bank works 5 on Fridays. So what do you use before, by, till, or to? Look at this. Take into account 5 on Fridays. We are talking about time, no? This bank works 5 on Fridays. We are talking about time. We usually, when we talk about time, we use at, no? At 2 o'clock, at 3 p.m., at 7:30, but in this time, we are not saying the time exactly, no? We are saying like a deadline, no? Like a deadline. So in this case, we can use till or a synonym like until, no? Until or till are the same. Those are synonyms, okay? Until or till. So in this case, the correct one is till. This bank works till 5 on Fridays, no? Hasta, okay? Till 5 on Fridays. Okay, number 4. He has been working here during 3 years, for 3 years, in 3 years, or since 3 years. He has been
For
working.
2 years?
Yes. When we talk about a period of time, we use for, no? For 3 years, for 5 months, for 2 days. That's right. He has been working here for 3 years. Number 5. And this is related to a preposition of place, no? A preposition of place, in order to say where the place is. Where is the place? Where the place is situated. The post office is the library, against the library, in back the library, in front the library, or next to the library.
Across the library?
What? Repeat, please, Carla.
Across the library, but I'm not sure.
Okay, you say across. Okay, no. Against, in back, in front, or next to. Okay, what happened here? For example, if you're going to use in front, there is a missing of. You have to say in front of. So that's not correct. Okay. In this case, in this time, the correct one is next to. And you are going to say that something is next to, it's near, al lado, next to. That's the correct one. In this case, the post office is next to the library, okay? And we use this in order to say, for example, the sofa is next to the table. The sofa is next to the TV, no? When something is near or next to, al lado de. Okay, number 6. He drove from New York, Boston in 5 hours. Till, to, toward, or until.
He drove from New York to Boston.
Yes. When you go from one place to another, from one place to another, of course you use to. He drove from New York to Boston, okay, in 5 hours. Number 7, he arrived about 6 in the morning. this is easy. This is very easy because it's time, no? You are telling the time. About 6 in the morning. So what do we use? At, for, in, or on? Remember to say the time. When you tell the time, okay? When you tell the time, what do you use? Okay, so Aurelia had some technical issues and she couldn't be with us. Okay, we are going to check these 4 sentences more. In this one, we are talking about, or we are telling the time. So when we are telling the time, we have to use the preposition at. Remember, always at 7 past, at 7:30, at 6 in the morning, at 6 a.m., at sharp 6. Okay, number 8, there are several beautiful parks, the city limits, and we have 4 options, 4 prepositions, among, between, opposite, and within. Here, these prepositions are not very common, but in this case, remember that we have to take into account the context, the situation we are using, and in this case, we have said there are several beautiful parks within the city limits. Okay, this within, it's similar, it's something similar to with. no? To with, okay? With. But when we say with, we say con. In this case, this time, when we say within, we say dentro de, no? Dentro de. So when we say there are several beautiful parks within the city limits, within the city limits, okay? Number 9, Mount Logan. Mount Logan is the highest peak in Canada. And this is very important for you. Remember that when you are learning a language, any language, in this case, English, you have to learn about the culture of the countries where that language is spoken. For example, here, we can learn something about the culture of Canada. Okay? Remember in Canada, there are 2 official languages, English and Spanish. Okay, so Mount Logan, the highest peak in Canada, rises 6,000 meters above sea level, below sea level, over sea level, or under sea level. Here, we use above, okay? Above sea level, above, okay? We don't say on, no, we say above sea level. And number 10, it was raining all morning. The sun appeared, the clouds only afternoon. Only afternoon, so it was raining all morning. There are too many clouds. The sun, we can look at the sun, but afternoon, after midday, after midday, afternoon, the sun appeared through the clouds, okay? The sun appeared in the middle of the clouds. That's why we use, in this case, through, okay? Through. So, here we have, and today we have studied some important skills to develop in our process of learning a language like English. So it's important to keep on studying pronunciation, to keep on studying listen, to keep on studying vocabulary. We have to keep on working on vocabulary, to keep on widening our vocabulary. And finally, we did an exercise related to preposition, because preposition is a key important in English, okay? Remember, you don't have to think about what preposition you use in Spanish in a sentence like that. No, you have to think in English. And in English, there are some rules to use each one of the prepositions, okay? Okay, guys, that's all for today. It was a pleasure to be with you. That's the last lesson we have for our C1 level. And I hope you have taken advantage of this English course. See you next time. Bye-bye.